So, if you live outside of Africa as an African, the question you get most of the time is, can I get some money from you? And that is always following the assumption that since you're outside of Africa or outside of your nation, you're richer. But that's not always the case. And they said it to this brother who lives in America. He got mad. We're going to be checking it out today. You're going to like this one, so check it out.
It is quite obvious that a lot of people back in Africa think that this economic crisis, inflation, and the hardship that has hit the world in general, it's only resonates in Africa. No, we are also feeling the heat here in America. I'm going to tell you this. For the past few months, Ukraine and Russia has been in battlefield fighting war. America economy has been hit so bad. People here are scrambling to survive financially. I know of people who have been out of job 3-4 months. And these are people who got family, wife, and children. And the little they have to squeeze it to survive. And some of these people have friends and family, church member, colleague, relations back in Africa who feel that they are so entitled that these people should be sending them financial assistance. And when these people are not able to meet this financial assistance, when these people come from Africa and say, oh, please, I need money, and they say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not in the position to assist you now, they get mad.
Right. And they call you selfish. Now, the irony is, who's the selfish one? If you're asking for help from somebody and they cannot help you and you get mad, aren't you getting mad, or isn't you getting mad making you selfish? Because maybe the person you're asking the money from doesn't really have. Sometimes it's difficult to explain. And I can relate, I understand.
They don't want to talk to you anymore. They don't want to call you to ask you, how are you doing, how you survive. They don't give a damn how you survive in America. The fact is that you are in America. Mm-hmm. Because you are in America, you are in London, you are in Europe, does not necessarily mean you are making money. Don't get this to your head, some of you.
He's upset.
It's so annoying. It pisses me off when people feel so entitled. Like, someone bless you with his hard-earned money. Even to say thank you is difficult. And you want to keep coming back to ask for more. And when that person says, I'm sorry, I cannot financially assist you at this time, then you get mad. You feel entitled. No matter how related you are to that person, it could be your blood brother, cousin, church member, whatever. I don't give a about that. Back off. Let them breathe.
Well, for a lot of immigrants, no matter where they come from, their families back in Latin America, the continent of Africa, the Caribbean, wherever they're coming from, the Middle East, a lot of their families expect them to send money back home. Now, a lot of countries view the United States of America as a extremely rich country. The United States of America as a extremely rich country because America has branded itself as a rich country. But when you get into America and you're just trying to live an everyday life, you realize, hey, wait a minute. It's not luxurious as I thought it is. The prices are so high. I can't keep my money. I'm overly taxed on top of tax on top of tax. What do I mean by that? To drive your car, you got to pay, a lot of times inspection or let's say just registration. That's a tax just to drive your own car. I know a lot of times now they went to just the one tag here, at least in Texas. So you got to pay that. Then when you get your paycheck, you're paying federal tax, Social Security tax, Social Security that you may not even see, especially my generation may not even see it, right? Medicare, all this you're paying out your check. Okay, fine. You got your money. You was already taxed. You go to the store and buy something. Let's say you want to buy a t-shirt, whatever. You got to pay a sales tax on top of money that you already would pay taxes on. And whatever the city you put their sales tax percentage at. The business owner that received your money that was taxed, he or she is going to be taxed on the income that he or she is receiving from the same people that taxed you for your money. Then if he or she have employees, when he pays them, he got to pay not only a portion of their federal tax, he has to pay a portion of their state tax. The reason why I know that, I do it every month. So you're being taxed there. You buy a home, they tell you got to pay property tax. Even when that home is paid off, you still owe property tax. Until you get to certain ages in this country, then you don't have to pay property tax anymore.
Even when you die, you pay it.
We are taxed upon taxed upon taxed upon tax. We are, now listen, when they originally left, Europe, they said that they was getting away from all the things of taxing people. And yet they did exactly what they did in Europe. Now, how does that work, right? So people come over here and they realize how you don't really keep your money in your pocket like that. Most people in America live paycheck to paycheck.
60% precisely. Yeah, a data just came out that showed 60% of people in America live paycheck to paycheck. That is including the American citizens. Now, come to think of the people that just migrated there.
A percentage of people in this country that don't do it. It's a percentage of people that lives a very luxurious lifestyle. Mm-hmm. But it's not the average American. So if a person gets here, they realize, oh, shoot, this place is hella expensive. I can tell you from traveling to different countries that you aren't taxed like that, like you're taxed here. Right, as an American, true. If you have a remote job and work overseas, you actually keep more of your money, but you don't escape taxes because American citizens still have to pay taxes. Even if you don't come back to America for 20 years, you still got to file a federal income tax and pay taxes, and you ain't been here in 20 years. Trust me. But the first time I found that out, I was tripped out. I was like, really? And we one of the only countries in the world do that. Most other countries, if you're not there or anything, you don't have to really pay taxes. So they pressure their people that's here to send money back. Now, of course, money stretches a lot further over there with the American dollar, but they pressure them to pay their little sister or brother school fees. They pressure them to take care of mama, pressure them to take care of daddy. Because you in America, you got it. Hey, your sister want to go to school. Now you got to pay her college. I mean, they pressure them. So this is why that brother is so upset. And in my culture, Black American culture, that wouldn't fly. Because I'm like, what mom and daddy was doing their whole life? Because you should have took care of your life enough. I mean, I don't mind helping you here and there, but all the time? Well, it's your job to take care of us. Well,
you can't do that in Africa. You take care of your parents. If they took care of you, it's your responsibility to take care of them. We don't do nursing homes in Africa. You're taking care of your people.
And I think it should be your job to assist me at times. Listen, look at me. I would think I would be a failure as a man if I was sit up here and depending on my son and my daughters to take care of me. I'm just saying how I feel. I should be working and setting myself up enough where I don't need my son or daughter to take care of me, at least not financially. And I want to make sure physically that I can always be, I told the Lord, I want to be like Moses. When Moses died, Moses was walking on his own. Moses heard with his own ears. He saw with his own eyes. That's how I want to be. I do not want to be when I'm dependent on anybody. So I'm trying to make sure I make all the proper decisions in my life when it comes to my health where I can be like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to make the proper, decision. Get exercise, watch what you eat, that sort of thing, right? But I understand where the brother coming from. And also, if you marry someone of a different culture that immigrated here and their families back there, not a first generation or second generation, but somebody that immigrated, right? That's something that you may clash with that particular woman or man that you're with, because, as Americans, you're like, nah, Yeah, I mean, you could help them here and there, but every check you send them something, no, And I agree with that. So you also make sure, intercultural marriages, I would say it like that, is a thing. Mm-hmm. Because I know they like to talk about the racial aspect, but no, even with the racial aspect, you're still dealing with a different culture of people, different thoughts, different ways of doing things, right? So that's something you got to talk about before you even get together on a serious note where money is being, blended together. But, let me know what y'all think of our brother here. I feel y'all. All my brothers and sisters who are immigrated here, I feel you. But as your Black American brother, I will say, our tradition is good. Make them take care of their own children and make them get a job, because this is what I would say to them. Help them if they're going to be like, okay, they're going to go to school and get a degree or something like that. Help them pay for a class. That's fine.
Yeah, people want continuous help. As far as your parents, like, I'm a big advocate that you take care of your parents, because they took care of you. Like, that one is not even debatable for me. But as far as every other person feeling exploitative or feeling the sense of entitlement that you have to be responsible for them, absolutely no. You could help people, don't get me wrong, but not when people feel entitled. Like in Canada, he was just stating in America and talking about just the taxes. In Canada, an average house price right now is $2,000 for rent. Average apartment, one room apartment, is $2,800 in Vancouver. Let's say you're earning a good income, $30 an hour, and that would result to about maybe $4,000 or 4,000 something. That's if my math is not wrong. But let's say you're earning $4,000 already. You spent $2,800 on an apartment. Best case scenario, you get it for $1,800. That's cutting down $1,000. We'll round it up to $2,000. You spend $2,000 on just the rent. Now you're left with $2,000. You have a car you're paying for every month, $500. That's kind of like average. Your insurance will be like $200. So you spend $2,700 already. You have to talk about the gas. You have to talk about your feeding. At the end of the day, you're going to be left with like $500, which if you have $500 in Canada, you're broke because it's going to finish. It's just going to like fly away. Anyways, those are just my thoughts. That's why the best thing to do in Canada when you come, or in American countries, you need something that gives you cash flow. A business is always advisable, even when you have your 9 to 5, have something on the side where you can just, wake up and get some money. Some people like to use Uber Eats for that. People like to drive Uber for that. Whatever it might be for you, just you need to have a side income. But I don't discourage helping people. Don't get me wrong. As much as you can, try to help your people back in Africa, send money here and there. Because one thing I acknowledge in North America or in America is there are more opportunities here, which means you can make more money. I mean, the opportunities in Africa too, don't get me wrong, but as far as like being actively working, let's say you wake up today and go make money with Uber Eats, you can easily do that here, but you couldn't do something like that in Nigeria. So you can earn more or earn quicker or earn more effectively here than you probably would in Africa. Speculatively, that point, there are lots of facts that could debunk that point. Anyways, let me know what you think. Feel free to share your thoughts. It's the end of that one. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I made this bed on my